schools that are run by churches are run by the churches, so they don't have to show their finances. So you can tell if the school and the church is run by criminals by just one visit to the office. You don't have to talk to two people in two buildings, and they'll tell you the same thing. Oh, that's private. Really? Well, okay. What's so private about it? I mean, if this is really something that is not a rip-off operation, and the New Testament model shows how the church held all possessions in common, and that means it's a communal form of property ownership and asset control. You can ask them, why don't they follow that model? Well, it's because we're a corporation. Oh, I see. So you're actually not controlled by God. You're governed by the Uniform Commercial Code. I see how this works. Okay, all right. Well, how about just let's go through the online statements of all the deposits and the payroll taxes and the workers' comp and all the expenses, and how much is left after every Sunday's collection, including all the donations of real estate and cars and boats and trucks and cash holdings that aren't accounted for. Can we sit down and really? Well, now you have to sit down and meet with the elders about that. We'll have to have a board meeting and see if we're willing to. Folks, they're telling you that the earth is a spinning ball. They're telling you to go to the doctors. They're telling you all about how wonderful the ball game is. They want you watching television. They want you taking medication. They want you to believe in the, the dog toy with the spikes on it. They want you to believe that, wearing a Pampers on your face is a good idea. And they want you to get with the status quo program, folks. That's the plan. That's the definition of criminality, folks. You see, real people that care about you will do whatever is necessary to make sure that nothing bad happens to you, even if they've never even met you. Okay? Right now, I have a neighbor on my street. This lady, my daughter, when she was really young, I think she was about 4 years old. And she, my children are always playing outside with me. We're out there playing ball or riding scooters, whatever. And my daughter, she was riding a scooter and she fell down. And, she scraped her knee, right? And yes, I tried to make her wear knee pads. She wouldn't wear them. She had her helmet on. But she's laying there, and I had some other children out there with me from the neighborhood. And this woman, my daughter was laying on the ground crying, bleeding. And you know what this woman did? She kept walking and ignored my daughter. Now, I have to look at this person every time this person gets, in their car and drives by. I have to look at these people, okay? And by the way, these are the same people that are freaking out because the Embrianos aren't vaccinated and aren't wearing masks on the 4th of July, and they're screaming, get away from him, get away from my husband, Whatever, right? And the other subversive agents in the neighborhood, I could probably talk for about 2 or 3 shows on the people that live in my neighborhood. And they're not good neighbors, folks. These people that you think are your friends are not your friends. These people that are your neighbors are not your neighbors, folks. They would rat you out and turn you in a heartbeat if there was anything in it for them. And don't you ever forget that. And that is why we need to do what we have to do, even if it means going it alone, because we're never alone. Because what unites us is the truth. And what unites us is the common knowledge of the truth. And what continues to bind us together is the continued assault on everything that we hold dear and sacred.